Hello and welcome back to the SC podcast. I'm joined with my co-host,
Ronnie Parsons.
and I'm obviously Ben Holland. And today we're going to be covering an interesting topic, and Ronnie's going to be taking it over. It is the Mandela Effect.
Now,
Go on, Ronnie.
the Mandela Effect, it has been around since probably late 2000s to early 2010s. And it's obviously become rampant in the past few years. Obviously, everyone thought the world was going to end in 2012. Conspiracy theories have took a very high turn since mid-90s up until now. But this one is a mad one. So it's basically where people think that they remember something that isn't right, if that
And
makes
others
sense.
remember it differently. And
Yeah.
that sort
So,
of,
like,
mad stuff,
obviously, like, some people believe that, like, on 9/11, it was actually on September 10th, which is mad. Because obviously it changed
I haven't heard about that one, actually.
It changed the whole name of it. Obviously, it's 9/11, September the 11th, obviously.
Yeah.
9th month, 11 day. But yeah, basically, you might be thinking, why is it called the Mandela Effect? Well, basically, in 2010, the shared false memory phenomenon was dubbed the Mandela Effect by self-described paranormal consultant Fiona Broom, and it was in reference to obviously Mandela. You might think Nelson Mandela, and it's basically in reference to the false memory, shall I say, of the death of the South African leader Nelson Mandela. Obviously, he was in prison. He was in prison in the 80s, and I'm pretty sure came out in 1991. I think he came out.
Something like that, yeah.
But a lot of people believe that he actually died in prison and died in like 1991 or 89, whatever. But he actually died in 2013. I remember it happening. I remember going researching who was Nelson Mandela. I was about like 7 at the time. And it's a really mad topic. But I've got for you today a list of different, obviously different what people think are explanations of the Mandela Effect and what people believe were one thing. And, you know, we'll get on to the fact of how people believe that we have switched realities at some point, and that in the previous reality, it was called, say, Sex and the City was called Sex in the City in a previous reality. So, yeah.
Because it could be something like this glass of water, yeah? If we've merged realities, next minute, it's over here. Everyone remembers it there, but it's moved.
I could be sitting here, this wall could be blue, I could have glasses on, I could be bald. You never know. The Mandela Effect is coming to get you.
I know.
I just got the heebie-jeebies. I'm just going to, have a little rest. So, I'm going to just talk through some explanations of the Mandela Effect. So, we move on to the first example. So, Ben, you know the popular cartoon that has characters such as Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd, Tweety Bird, Sylvester, whatever.
Big up Looney Tunes, Looney
Tunes, correct. How would you spell Looney Tunes? Like, how would you spell the tunes part?
Tunes?
Yeah.
Well, I say tunes and not tunes.
Yeah,
so I would spell it Touns. Tunes. I think.
Wait, is that spelled right?
No clue, to be fair.
Ben failed his GCSEs, right? It's actually, a lot of people believe that Looney Tunes. See, I'm hooked already. I'm saying it. Maybe I'll be in a different reality. Looney Tunes.
I think I've heard this one, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, so it's actually, the real spelling of Looney Tunes is Looney Tunes. So obviously I say it tunes, not tunes, like you said earlier on. But a lot of people think that it's tunes, like Toon Army, Newcastle United, all that lot. And I can see where people are coming from, because tunes, cartoons, Looney Tunes, you know. So it could be a possibility, it could, but unfortunately...
I mean, when you do think about it, like, you can link both things to it, because they play tunes whilst doing it, and
it's like
also
show
it's a
tunes.
cartoon.
That's all, folks. All that. But yeah.
It's a bit of a confusing one. I don't know which one I believe, to be fair, because it's that thing of like both of them could be a possibility.
It could be both. It could be both, 100%. But moving on to the next one. Now, Pikachu, the well-loved Pokemon. Now, you might think, what are the three main colours you think of when you think of Pikachu?
Obviously, yellow.
Correct.
Because it's like lightning.
Yeah, it's main colour.
And black.
So red, yellow, and black.
Red? Nah, just yellow and black.
He's got red cheeks, isn't he? But mainly yellow and black, should we say?
Wait, hold on, no. Have we just discovered a new one? Because I don't remember him with red cheeks.
Yeah, Pikachu's got red cheeks.
Ah?
I know, it's mad. He's always blushing when Ash goes, she's here. He's always blushing. Anyway, so if you think of Pikachu's tail, how would you describe Pikachu's tail?
Well, it's yellow and it's got like a little black tip, doesn't it?
You're wrong.
What?
See, this is one that I remember. And Pikachu has just got like an all yellow tail. He's got a bit of like a brownish tinge right at where it begins from his body. But at the end, where the black bit should be, it's like a diagonal black. It's not there. It's mad.
Really?
Yeah.
So I used to watch Pikachu all the time, like Pokemon all the time.
I'm looking at this picture here, and it literally, I feel like the one that they're claiming is the Mandela Effect. Literally is the real Pikachu. It's mad. Like, because it suits his black ears. Like.
So wait, what is it? So that was the one that everyone remembers, and now the new one's got a full yellow tail.
So the actual Pikachu has only got a full yellow tail.
What the hell?
This is mad, isn't it?
That's mad, to be fair. It's a proper brain puzzler.
Right, okay.
So basically, right, in another reality, the
creators,
artists between Pikachu might have done it all yellow.
I mean, I don't get what like people are trying to get from this. What is the point of saying that? Oh yeah, Pikachu has got an all yellow tail.
Yeah,
that's like.
But the thing is, how do they know? Wait, how do you know that? Like, how can you remember stuff from a past reality? Or whatever it is, the past thing.
I think it's because obviously people grow up and they think, oh yeah, if you drew Pikachu, you go, oh yeah, blah blah. He's got a black tail. Oh no, he hasn't.
Yeah.
It's obviously when you're growing up watching cartoons, your mind's still adapting, and you might think there's a bit of black on him. You never know. But anyway, moving on to another cartoon.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the cartoon Curious George?
Yeah, the one with the monkey and then the bloke with a massive yellow hat.
That's it. Yeah. Now, this one hits close to home for me because I loved Curious George as a kid. I absolutely loved it. And you really want to start right now? Going, yeah. Right, anyway. So, if you had to, obviously, Curious George is a monkey. If you had to describe Curious George, what would you describe him? What's he got?
He's got big wings that he used to fly. Because he's a parrot. He's a parrot, innit? No. Curious George. I just remember him running about with like big tail. He didn't have any hat or clothes on, did he?
He was basically he's a naked monkey.
Right.
This one he's got a banana, but I always thought he had a tail.
Wait a second. Hang on. I thought he had a tail.
He doesn't have a tail. Apparently, Curious George does not have a tail.
What do you mean?
Monkeys have tails, so why doesn't Curious George? Creators, I'm curious about this one, mate. Sort it out.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. So what's the point in... Like, what did he get it for? Like, just chop off?
I suppose he's sort of like... He's a little house monkey. He gets up to, he gets up to mischief. He's all like that. Maybe... They thought, like, he's not a wild monkey out in the jungle, so he sort of doesn't need a tail.
Yeah, but, I mean, no matter what, it's like, that's like saying if a monkey's brought up in captivity, they just don't have tails.
True. I mean, it's like Brian from Family Guy. He's a talking dog. They don't walk him. He drives. it could be that sort of,
drinks, smokes, and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a legend.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next one. Now, this is one that obviously I'm not that too clued up on. I don't watch this show. I'm not a fan of Sex and the City. But you obviously heard of the show.
Yeah.
It's quite a big show over the
actually, no, I've heard this one.
Yeah.
Sex and the City, innit?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. I always thought it was Sex in the City.
No, I did as well. It sounds better, Sex and the City.
Well, yeah, because obviously...
Not Sex and the City.
Like, obviously, they're women, they're sex. And you think... But to be fair, either of them can make sense. Because they are having sex in the city, but it's also like, sex and... the city. It's a very New York based program. They're obviously 4 women from New York.
Yeah, but I think Sex in the City makes more sense. Like,
yeah,
not in the city.
Like I've always said, it might just be my accent, but sex in and it's not that too big of a difference if you say either one. Do you know what I mean? It's not
sex in and
exactly.
Imagine if it was all of them, sex in and the city. Whoa.
And like dimension, get on it. You have third dimension, sex in and the city.
Sex in and the city.
Unbelievable.
Jesus Christ.
So moving on to another one. I think you've heard of this one.
Go on.
The Monopoly Man.
Oh,
Does he have a monocle?
A monocle, right. There's literally a thing that you don't think of at all, but when you think about it, you're there like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I've been playing Monopoly for ages.
Like, I genuinely think the Monopoly Man, like, I remember him as not having a monocle. Like, I don't see him as having a monocle.
Really?
Yeah,
see, I remember
that's
him
just
having
me.
one.
Like, I
think the posh suit and everything, yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's all, like, posh, fancy, and he has the monocle.
Exactly. That's what because obviously he's carrying a bag on this picture anyway. He's carrying a bag of money. He's got his top hat. He's got his fancy suit. It would suit him to have a monocle, but is that reaching too far in the stereotype? Like, if he had a monocle, does he have because obviously he has a walking stick, doesn't he? But like, should he have a pipe? Should he be sitting with his legs crossed reading, the Sunday Times? Like, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
it's a bit weird. I'll have to sort of have another think
It's sort of like the Looney Tunes, Sex and the City one. They both work. He could have a monocle because he's rich. Mr. I think it's Moneybags he's called, or something.
Moneybags Monopoly.
Yeah, but then it's weird. Now,
this is all quite weird to be fair, but
yeah, honestly, moving on to some food. Now, I think this is the last one I've got for you. So food. So, what we love the slogan. Oh yeah, have a break, have a Kit Kat. But how would you spell Kit Kat?
AITKAT.
Okay. Is there a dash in the middle of it?
No. Wait. It makes it like Kit Kat like that.
See, a lot of people remember there being a dash in Kit Kat. What do you think about that one?
A dash?
Yeah, so Kit
Kat.
Very weird, isn't it? It's like it's one of them that you're like, does it not?
It's another thing because it's changed the design. Because I've seen the really old one where it's just normal like Kit Kat, and I've seen the new one. It's Kit Kat, but both of them don't have a dash in my head.
That makes sense. I've seen the old one which is like Kit Kat, and I've seen the new one. This is like Kit Kat. Like
yeah, well they're both like the same but different writing.
Exactly. It's like. See, obviously, this photo, I'll put it in post, but this photo looks, the one with the dash, it looks like it's photoshopped, it looks like it's put on, but I don't know. They both look right. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I don't think it should be a dash.
No.
Hang on, let me just consult myself.
What?
No, I've had a talk to myself. I don't think that's
this
a dash.
Just in on the SC podcast. Ben is dead. Just died. Right there.
Sorry, I'm alive.
If I could do that, I would, but I'd just break my back. Arthritis is kicking in early. So, now we're going to move on to sort of like the conspiracy theory side and sort of the Mandela Effect, how it's got his name, Mr. Nelson Mandela's death. And we're gonna sort of not confirm it, but sort of like get our teeth into it, like really sink our teeth into it.
Dig our teeth into
it. This is a quote from a South African educational book published on October the 1st, 1991. So remember, I said that he died. It's around. Oh, it says here, July the 23rd, 1991. So he would have died 91, and it says that in this book, it says Nelson Mandela died on the 23rd of July, 1991.
Right. So when did he actually die?
What are you?
Wait, hang on. So then they say he's died 1991.
Yeah.
And he actually died 2013.
So you might be thinking, oh yeah, well it's all right. Anyone can lie in a book, but you get sued for that type of thing. Like,
no,
if you say things aren't true in a book, then that's like
full sort of advertising.
And especially like at this time, Nelson Mandela was a big man in South Africa. He was a big part of the nation at that point. So
yeah, but like the thing is, when you're doing stuff like you fact check it.
Exactly, yeah. You proper fact check.
Like, because they wouldn't have just plucked that out.
No.
Like they wouldn't have just plucked that out. They must have looked up or something, like, or asked someone maybe, like, oh, when did Nelson Mandela die?
This sort of confirms that the bloke who wrote this book believes that Nelson Mandela died. Like it says, I'll just read out the quote. It says, the chaos that erupted in the ranks of ANC when Nelson Mandela died on the 23rd of July, 1991, brought the January 20th, blah, 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 blah. It literally says in a book, and it says educational book, so it can't be non-fiction. If it's non-fiction, then surely that's like, some weird. But it genuinely says Nelson Mandela died on the 23rd of July, 1991.
Mad. Well, that's so weird. No, because like I said again, they can't have just plucked that out of the air.
Exactly.
There has to be some sort of like
it's sort of
evidence towards it, like
exactly, yeah, like sort of like a research. You're like, if they're going to include that, if they're going to mention the biggest man in South Africa at that point, surely they're going to have to do the research, talk about it.
Because you can't be like messing up
educational once again. So they're telling kids this. So it's not messing about. Just tell them a little fib in the book. It won't matter. This is for children. Children will be writing.
And that's like. Yeah. Also, that's like the main bit of it. Like, if you're like doing something about research about a famous person and they're dead, the death of them is almost the most important part. It's they died.
Like, say if they're writing like a history assessment. History assessments are always important for the context, the dates. If you say, "Oh yeah, Nelson Mandela's died," no, he hasn't. That's marked, and that reflects badly on the country of South Africa because they'll have kids writing that the national leader, the president of the country, has died, and he hasn't. So.
Oh my God, Jed! Do you think people in South Africa actually thought that like he died?
I mean, he was in prison, so it's not like he's just walking about going, "I'm not dead. I'm here. Just calm down."
Boys, don't worry, I'm still alive. Don't worry.
I'm not. Do you think he's dead? Is he dead?
Get Devo on the case. Devo will find out. Devo will figure it out.
Devo will know.
Fucking up that dickhead off your fucking chest and shit.
Anyway, I genuinely think. What are your final thoughts on the Mandela Effect, Ben?
Well, it's mad. I don't know. I think it's a bit tongue in cheek, to be fair. I'm not sure if I believe all of it. There's obviously, I think it's just.
It's weird how, like, obviously the Simpsons one, reverting back to that episode 1. If you haven't watched it, link in the description, or click the card. The Simpsons one, we were saying about obviously the Trump episode. We've recently researched, and it says that it was a little 2-minute episode they did for the election. It came out in 2015, so obviously it was debunked. People were saying it was coming out in 2000. It wasn't. This book, it was published in 1991, And again, book figures, book publishers don't lie.
No.
So,
also, what would they get out of lying when their book comes out?
exactly, this is very weird. And once again, you might have just, I don't know.
Wait, a quick one, yeah, just to go past like this. Do you believe in like multiple universes and like shit like that? Like, so like, say there's an alternate version of me and you where I live in your house, you live in mine. That's
I believe. I sent you a video the other day. You watched it, and it was basically about how tiny the Earth is.
Oh my god, yeah.
If you think about it, like there's got to be life on other planets and other.
Oh my god, there is though. There's like plants. There's there's water on Mars.
I refuse to believe that in this whole entire galaxy, in this whole entire universe, in this whole entire multiplex, whatever you want to bloody call it. I think that's a retail park, actually. Whatever you want to call it, there's got to be life. Like, I reckon there might be life on other planets that hasn't developed yet. Like, in 50 years' time, there might be, oh my god, there's life on Mars. Like,
because I mean, it took us like what? When did humanity sort of come along? It was like 60 million years ago. Something mad like that, yeah.
We were monkeys,
like dinosaurs. Yeah. To be fair, no, actually, because it's not really humanity that's life. Those dinosaurs and that, they were around like billions of years ago.
And they sort of, like you say, they do format as life. Organisms format as life, but I think people believe that they're going to pop out and they're going to have massive alien heads and go, we are from Mars, live long and prosper,
spaceships and stuff.
It's not like
Jesus.
One theory of like people are like, oh my god, alien spaceships. I reckon they're just like time machines.
Or it's just as simple as saying it's just different design of a helicopter.
Exactly.
Because we advanced into like propellers and stuff like that for flight. They could have done it with gravity or something, or like
something I always wanted to do is like sign a sort of contract with someone and just go. I think it's in the Big Bang Theory actually, and they sign a contract and they say if either of us invent time travel, we should come back to this very moment at this point in time, right now. And then they like look around. And nothing happens.
See if anyone's around, yeah.
Yeah, but like, I was gonna say, imagine if like my future self pops up and goes, "You need to save the human race." The SE podcast, it gets millions of views. People go and having like, yeah.
We become world leaders and we kill everyone or something.
We become Nelson Mandela, and we have an effect named after us called the Parsons/Holland effect.
Oh, the Holland Parsons-Holland effect, something like that, yeah.
The Holopass effect.
Oh, because it's like...
This is creepy. This is creeping me out, bro. I can't. Right.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to end. I think that's a good place to end it, to be fair. We've got enough stuff about the Mandela effect. I would say if you lot think that you've been... if you've learned anything new from this video, that's a better way to say it.
Leave a comment. Leave a
comment
like.
And tell us what you didn't know and what you did know.
Like the video if you liked it. Don't like it if you hated it.
Yeah, dislike if you really hated it.
Yeah.
Although to be fair though, we've got 100% like ratio.
Banging. Peas, mate. Peas. Anyway, thank you for watching episode 4 of the SE podcast. I've been Ronnie.
This has
been Ben.
And I've been Ben, sorry, yeah. In a bit.
And we'll see you in a bit.